Hi guys, Brendan Hancock here at Group Subaru, and today we're going to talk about how to fill out a credit application online. Now, one of our main goals here at Groove is to help save you guys some time. So in order to fill out a credit application, you don't need to necessarily come to the dealership right away. It is something that you can do from home. For example, let's say that you've been working with one of our sales consultants. You're not able to stop in today, but you do want to get accurate numbers on the vehicle you've been talking to him about. You'd be able to fill out a credit application online at the ease and comfort of your own home, and I'm going to show you how to right here. So the first step, find a computer or an iPad or something of that nature to fill it out. So here's one right here. Let's go take a look. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to groovesubaru.com. So when our home page pops up, you're going to see a number of tabs up here at the top. The one that you want to click on is going to be the one that says Financing and Incentives. So I'm going to click on that right here, and then you're going to see two major tabs pop up. One on the left is going to say Financing Center, and the other one is going to say Specials, which is going to tell you a lot about all of our new car specials. So under the Financing Center, we're going to want to click over here on Get Financing. And then there's going to be a tab that pops up that basically just says the types of information that we're going to need and who that information is going to be disclosed to. So once you click Accept, it's going to prompt you to start filling out your information. Now, a few things that are pretty important. We are going to need, of course, your name, obviously. It'll also ask you for your birth date, your email. The one that you've been using to correspond with your sales consultant is probably going to be the best email to use here as well. And then they're also going to need a home and work phone number. Now, home phone number can be your cell phone. If you do have a home phone number, it is actually better to use, but work phone number is actually going to be, need to be a number that is, if we needed to or for some reason or another, to actually contact your job for proof of employment there. And then social security number. Once you've filled out all of that information, all you're gonna need to do is click Continue. So I'll click that. Then it's gonna start going over where you live, your rent, your bills, things of that nature. So obviously you're going to need your street address where you live. Your rent, when it asks you how much either your rent or your mortgage is, this is pretty important. So let's say, for example, your rent is $2,000, but you have a roommate. So you can actually just put whatever your portion of the rent is. You don't have to put a whole $2,000. Likewise, if you're co-signing, and I'll get into this in a little bit here as well, let's say you and your wife or significant other, your total mortgage is $2,000. You can either do $2,000 on one person's and $0 on the other, or you can just split it 50-50 either way, but you don't need to put $2,000 for each of you on the credit application. So once you get down here, it will ask for your landlord, or if you live in an apartment complex, the name of the complex, contact number there if necessary, and then also the time, amount of time that you've lived there as well. So depending on how much time you've lived at your current address, it will either ask you for where you lived previously, or it'll just disappear if you've lived there for, I think, more than 5 years or so. So then you'll just click Continue. Then it's going to start getting into your occupation and your job history. So obviously we'll need the name and address of where it is that you worked, how long you've worked there, and then it's also going to ask for your gross salary. Now, this is important. Gross salary is going to be before taxes, so how much your total income is before taxes. So we don't need to calculate that, and then also what your net salary is as well. If you do have any other forms of income, for example, child support or anything of that nature, it's always a good idea, or bonuses, things like that, always a good idea to put those in there as well. Depending on, likewise with your apartment time there, if you haven't worked at your job for a super long time, it'll either ask you for where you worked previously, or if you've worked there for a very long time, that box will just disappear. It's then going to get into some banking information here. Typically this stuff is not necessary, so you can usually just skip through this. We don't need to know, your checking account, things of that nature. Sometimes in poor credit situations we will ask for bank statements, but that would be a different thing. So usually this is not all that important to have filled out here. So then if you do have a co-signer, it's then going to repeat the exact same process for your co-signer, and all of that information will be the same. And then once you get to the end, you'll just click Submit, and then that's actually going to come in as an internet inquiry. So if you've been in contact with one of our sales representatives, I always suggest either giving them a call or texting them once you've finished it, just because this will come in as an internet lead, and you don't necessarily, for example, it's a cosigner, it may go to somebody else. You don't want to get calls from random people. So I always suggest, once you finish it, either text or call the sales representative you've been working with, and that'll make sure that things get taken care of in a timely manner. If you guys have any questions, you can always give me a call, Brendan Hancock, or just stop in or give a call to us here at Groove Subaru. We're always happy to help. See you guys next time on Groove Subaru Today.